behind a little bit compared to Hades, and Hades has to be in a strong position right now. And he hasn't actually taken that expansion. I thought he'd taken the natural expo up to 5 o'clock base, but he's got the drone sitting there, and I'm curious as to why he hasn't expended the resources. Meanwhile, he's built a few Hydras, he's got masses of Scourge, he's really got a superior Air Force, and he's going to be in a great position to defend this attack. Obviously, he'd seen the robotics facility in Best's base with his Mutalisk when he was harassing his opponent. Best now coming out with the Corsairs, just trying to harass a little bit, taking one of the Overlords down, sniping the Overlord and running away, because he's not going to want to engage that Air Force. The Hades has done a good job of concealing his massive Air Force, so I'm not sure Best knows exactly how many units his opponent has. Obviously, he doesn't have any observers, so he's not going to know exactly what his opponent has. And I think finally it looks like the hatchery might be going down. It looks like Hades is ready to make another attack. He's sending his Hydras out, but Reaver, meanwhile, is out for Best. So Best is going to be in a good position to defend this. And Hades, I think, will probably be content just keeping Best landlocked for a little while, keeping him in his base. And Best is going to have to do, and Hades has indeed to spread the Hydras around the south perimeter of Best's base and trying to catch those Corsairs. So he's limiting Best's movement, limiting scouting information, and he's going to force Best to wait in his base until he's ready to actually launch that Reaver Sir attack while Hades continues to grow and gets his own defenses in place. Speed upgrade Overlords for Hades as well already. It'll be interesting to see if he's also researched drop traffic. He's going to try and do something cute, although Best does have a decent number of photon cannons. And now finally, this is going to be critical here, but it's been scouted. The Scourges have seen Best's forces moving into position, so surely he's going to be in a position to defend against this. And he's going to be a huge trouble here. Massive Scourges coming in. The shuttle gets taken down. Best loses his shuttle with the Reaver in it. And this has got to be GG right here. Best's winning streak on Colosseum is going to come to an end. His 3 Dragoons trapped as well. He's got masses of Corsairs coming to try and defend, losing a few Corsairs to the Scourges, and now Hades is going to pull back, having lost most of his forces, and now those Mutalisks are being chased back as well as the Overlords, and Hades doesn't want to lose this here because the lone Hydra is enough to chase those Corsairs away. But that is so painful for Best. He has managed to push Hades back a little bit and take his third base, take the off expo at his main, but this is not a good position for him. Coming out again with the Hydras and the Mutalisk, the couple of Dragoons and Zealots for Best, and he's going to try and catch these Lurkers before they morph into eggs here. I'm not sure he's really going to be able to do enough damage because Hades is reinforced with Hydras, and Best just doesn't have enough units on the ground to be able to make a difference. And that Reaver kill, that's just gonna, oh my god, it's so painful. Best was probably a little bit behind. He needed that Reaver to do some damage to Hades' economy to bring himself back into the game. Instead, he ended up getting caught, and really you've got to give a lot of credit to Hades. And Hades now barreling down towards that expo, towards the off expo, and Best is in trouble here. He does have the photon cannon that's allowing him to see those Lurkers because he hasn't got any observers out yet. But Hades looks like he's going to break on the front door. The Reaver is coming in slow motion for Hades. And this is like that bad dream and that bad nightmare you have. And Hades continues to barrel out the front door with the Heartless. The Reaver's still out of range. And he's going to lose all of his photon cannons. The Lurkers are going to be in place. He's probably going to lose his expansion as well. And this is really going to seal his doom if it hadn't already. And for Best. And then now the Reaver, there's a chance the Reaver might be caught out as well. And Samson Khan, coach, with a wry grin. She's shaking her head. I don't know why. Her player is doing a great job against Best. And SKT1 player in all sorts of trouble. He's got the High Templar out. I'm not sure if he's got enough energy for Storm. He's trying to run out of minerals in his main. And Best is in a world of hurt right now. And for Best, that Reaver must have been like that nightmare you have where you're running away from this giant snake and your feet are just moving. It's as if you run off the edge of the cliff. There's this giant snake behind you that can actually fly, and your feet are moving, but you're going nowhere. You're not falling. You're not moving forward, and that's what happened to Best, unfortunately, with that Reaver coming, but never arrived. And now he's once again landlocked. He's once again cornered into the top left-hand corner of the map by Hades, who has complete map control. And unfortunately for Best, his Reaver Stair combo has failed. Did no damage whatsoever to Hades. Hades has obviously got his 5 o'clock expansion up and running. He's got 4 hatcheries, 4 bases to Best's 2, and really it's going to be pretty much impossible for Hades to lose this game right now. And I've got to say I've been impressed by Hades, although this could have been a very different game. Decent storm coming in by Best here, trying to maneuver, get those Lurkers off, but I'm sure even if that second Lurker dies, Hades is just going to put another one down, and Best now has finally got a shuttle, but another Lurker going down. Best using the Reavers to try and push those Lurkers out of Hades, push them back and trying to get some sort of a foothold, try and get that expansion back, but unfortunately he just doesn't have anything to back up that single Lurker. He might be able to slow play this Reaver, just try and push out a little bit, do a little bit of damage, pull back, but Hades is going to easily be able to replace any losses he has, and he's got those Heartless guarding. Decent Reaver shot by Best, takes out another couple of Hydralisks of Hades. But Hades is just in such a strong position. Best has now built up a decent ground force, but he's going to probably have to sacrifice that entire ground force just to try and take that one expansion. And then where is he going to go from there? Hades, meanwhile, continue to keep the pressure on Best, trying to push. I don't think Hades needs to make a pusher. I think he should continue to build his advantage. Let Best fester within his base. Let Best get frustrated and continue to build his economy and advantage. Just build a massive military. And Best, Hades coming in and taking out, I think it was a photon cannon, or another building of Best that was just off the cliff. And now he's got Scourges in again. He's going to try and pick that Observer off with the... Oh, he's actually going for the shuttle with the Reaver in it. Not able to take the shuttle down this time. Going to lose the Observer as well as the Scourges. Decent micro by Best, keeping that shuttle alive. But I don't think it's going to be enough to buy him away back into this game. Still on lair. Best, Hades obviously not feeling the need to tech up, and not feeling the need to further expand either. Just continue to build his military presence, continue to build his military advantage, and now Best finally has managed to get up 2 Reavers. That shuttle coming under fire with the Scourges, and one of the Scourges hits, and that shuttle is in serious danger of going down now, and you've got to wonder if Best's going to try and risk going in with the Hydralisk, taking out the Observers. Great play by Hades, just as Best was trying to push out and take that Lurker contain out. Hades comes in using his Lurker, using his Hydralisk to great effect. Didn't have any Scourges to spare. Managed to kill the Observer, and Best is once again landlocked back in his base. He's got another Observer coming out. A couple of Reaver shots. Actually, usually when the Scarabs go that far chasing an opponent, they really don't do that much damage. But the Scarabs going off, killing a couple of Hydralisks, and Best once again trying to push out with those Reavers. Great positioning of the Hydralisk, avoiding the storm, or maybe it was Best who missed the storm, but one of the Reavers gets picked off by Hades. And things just getting bad from worse from Best. He's refusing to give in. He still believes he can pull out something. I'm not so convinced. It really does look like he's going to go down here, and you've got to give a lot of credit for Hades or By Great for the manner in which he's orchestrated this victory, although it's got to be said that Best didn't do himself any favors in the way that he went for that gateway first, didn't fast expand, and surrendered the slight advantage to his opponent, especially when another Observer gets taken down just as he was trying to push out yet again. His Scourge micro has been almost flawless, taking the Reaver. Oh well, I suppose he had 20 Scourges there, but still, despite the heavy Corsair cover, he managed to take the Reaver shuttle out, and Best really has got to be kicking himself, because at that point the game was really over, and Best pretty much suiciding his army against Hades now. I guess he just wants it to be over. Masses of Dragoons against Lurkers and Hydralisks to back them up, losing most of his Zealots in the process, losing his Archons. Storm's not doing enough effect. He's carved out a small area of space just outside of his choke, where he can expand a little, where he can push out a little bit, but he's getting pushed right back into his base, and being heralded right back into the corner, right back into the barrel for the turkey shoot, and Best goes down, and advantage to Samson Khan. SKT1 lose their champion, Protoss player, and that's got to hurt big time. This was probably something that they would have expected to be an auto win, but that overconfidence might be the very thing that is now going to haunt them. Best trying to put the pressure early on Hades, didn't pay off. Great victory for Hades. He's going to take the advantage for Samson Khan, and be ready to fight in the next round against the next player from SKT1. Great game of StarCraft, well played by the Zerg player on Colosseum, it has to be said. This is Klazart, guys. Thanks for listening.
이 커세어, 도세어 도트로 오늘 농담처럼 그런 별명까지 나왔습니다만 결국 자신의 전승맵이었던 콜로세움2에서 도세어 도트리 자기 발목 잡은 거예요.
촬영하셔서 도재욱 선수의 셔틀을 잡은 이후에 경기 운영을 모든 그리고 흐름 자체를 자신의 것으로 만들어주면서 도재욱 선수를 콜로세움2에서 제압하는 성공을 했습니다.